Hi everyone, I'm going to show you a slider card today, and this is what a slider card looks like. The slider panel is on the front, it just slides up like this, so that says friends make the good times better, and then you open it up and inside it says, and the hard times easier, so grateful for someone like you in my life. And then the slider bit goes on like this, so it's just getting used to how to put it on. Just goes on, opens up like that, and goes on and slides down like that. So I've recently got the Playful Pets bundle, which is on page 40 to 41 and including page 42 in the annual catalogue, and I absolutely love it. So I will be using one of the cats from the stamp set, and I'll be using the Stitch So Sweetly die for the slider mechanism instead of a square. This is the Pampered Pets stamp set, which is really lovely. It's got 2 dogs and 2 cats and some hearts and butterflies and a mouse and some sentiments. And these are the dies, so it's a very reasonable bundle. It's under £40. And you've got the dog, the cats, the 2 cats, and obviously some paws as well that you can die cut out. And I'll just show you the paws, what they look like cut out on this card. So you can see there's a little heart shape at the bottom of the paw, and that's where I've got these little hearts from the pieces that have come out from the bottom of the paws. Put the little band there with the paws die cut out. Hope your day is a real treat. The dog coloured in with blends and the little hearts and the dog bowl. So that's a very simple card. And then at one of my online classes we used the Playful Alphabet dies, and we did that card and then that card. And then I'll just get on and show you now the slider card. So I've already shown you this one, and then there's this one with the dog. I haven't done a sentiment yet in this one, but it just slides off, opens up like that. Gatefold card, and then this is one with a cat with flowers for every season, designer series paper and misty moonlight. And you'll notice that's a circle, not a square, and the cat's very happy because he's got a mouse and that says smile. So you just slide off this part here, and then obviously I haven't put the sentiment yet inside, but that's the one with the cat. So here are the instructions. You take half a piece of A4 cardstock, which is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, 2 pieces of designer series paper, 1 3/4. So here's I'm going to be doing a cat this time. 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. Obviously, if you wanted to do it like this with cardstock and then designer series paper, then your cardstock would be the 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and the designer series paper would be a bit smaller, 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then for the square one, which is the easiest one, probably the best one to start with, you take 4 pieces of cardstock that are 3 inches square. I actually recommend the thick basic white or our other coloured cardstock. This is just thin whisper white, basic white, to show you for the purposes of this video. And you score 2 of the pieces at 1 1/2 inches down the middle, and 2 of them are just plain. So I'm going to show you first of all, and then basic white cardstock for the inside is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So basically, you take one of your pieces of whisper white. If I get a grey mat, a black mat, this will probably show up a bit better for you. So if I have that piece like this, now I would recommend you take your bone folder, fold this over and give it a good crease, and fold the other one over and give it a good crease. And then I'm going to take, you could use tear and tape, I'm going to use Tombow because it's repositionable, which is great. So I line this up with the left hand side first of all to make sure that this one's really going to be nice and even on that side, so just push it over a tiny bit more, and then I take the other one and put some Tombow on 1/2 only, and then I put that edge right up against the other edge, make sure it's nice and square, and stick it down like that. Okay, so that's part of your slider mechanism done like that. And then I take the other solid piece of cardstock, and this time I'm going to use Stamp and Seal. And I'm just going to put it around all 4 edges like that. Take this piece with the locking mechanism, and hopefully that's going on nice and square. and that is my locking mechanism, if you can see that. So that's going to go on the card like this, and then that will actually lock the card. Okay, so what I've done in this case is I've actually done my locking mechanism at 2 7/8 of an inch underneath, not 3, because this larger scallop square from our square dies is 3 inches square, so I wanted it to cover the slider mechanism, and then this square was slightly smaller, and then the basic white on top of that. So I'm just going to show you quickly the mechanism done with our Sweet Sentiment dies, which are in the annual catalogue. I think what are they called? They are called the Stitched So Sweetly dies here on page 179 of the annual catalogue. You could use a label punch if you wanted to. So let me just take the crushed curry is going to be for the front, and then these will be for the back. So this is my base one, and I've taken 2 and folded them in half, so I'm just going to use my bone folder to crease them. And then I'm going to take one and... Hi Jenny, good to see you. Like me, you're not cooking tea at the moment. I will be. I'm going to be doing... What am I going to be doing tonight? I'm going to be doing chicken goujon tonight. So they're pretty quick to do. So I stick that half on like that. And you can see it just flaps up like that. And then I'm going to take... I would start off with the square one first if I was you. Take that one and put it up like that. And then I'm going to take this one, which is my top one. And I'm just going to get my stamp and seal. And make sure that that goes down nicely on here. And that it covers it. And then you can see I've got my locking mechanism there. So I'm just going to stick together some parts. I'm using, this is Cinnamon Cider. This is the Designer Series paper that's with our In Colours 2020 to 2022. So they are staying in this year. So this is a bit unusual, this colour, and you'll see in a moment why I chose this colour, because it's going to go with the cat that's lying down. I actually stamped all the animals in the set and coloured them all in, and then I cut them all out. This was cut out of the Designer Series paper. I haven't cut, that's another one cut of that Designer Series paper. And then that's one that I stamped and coloured in. And I think I've used, oh, there's another one here that I stamped and coloured in as well. And then they're good to go. So it's a good thing to prepare several at once. But this is the one that I'm going to use on this card, which is why I chose these colours. It's a tabby cat. So this is another Stitch So Sweetly dies. This is the one I'm going to stick my cat to. And here I'm actually using a stamp from the 4-season floral stamp set, which is great because it's got the little happy birthday, the little thank you, and the little for you, which is really useful when you just want a small sentiment. So I'm just going to get my memento, my black memento. Just going to put my stamp and seal back in there. And hope you can still see me on camera. I think you can. So I'm going to have my cat there, and I'm just going to do the thank you there. There we go. And then I am going to use some stamping dimensionals for my cat, because I think it will be more interesting to have it on with some stamping dimensionals. So I'm just going to turn him over. I do use more of the mini ones than I do of the larger ones. I just find they're a really... I'm going to just put one in the centre. I tend to be fairly liberal with stamping dimensionals. I'm going to put the top on my glue. Not glue, my black memento ink pad. It's that time of day. Blood sugar's a bit low. Haven't had my tea or whatever they say. And then I'm going to stick this one, which rests really nicely on this one. Like that. I think you can just see that if I keep it there. Okay, and then this one's going to go, so it just says thank you, and I will find another sentiment to stamp on the inside of the card. I'm sure there's all sorts of things I can say thank you for. So that's going to go on there. Okay, and probably I could actually use ornate thanks would be a really good one, because it's got thank you for all sorts of things from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, your kindness is so loved. Thank you, so here's a card. Thank you, you're amazing. Thank you, my friend. Thank you ever so much. So probably I will put thank you for all you do. Might be a good one, but let's see what we've got in here. I've got one here that says, from the bottom of my heart, just reading the words, thank you, you're amazing. Perhaps I'll do that one. So I'm just going to get another block, put this on the block, get my memento ink again, make sure I've got it reasonably straight, like that, and then hope that it'll stamp well first time round. Here's hoping. You're amazing, and there we go. Bingo. Bingo. Now it'd be quite nice to have something stamped down there, I think. Let's see. Probably flowers won't do. I don't know. I think I might put a daisy in. I think that it would look nice. While I've got this stamp set out, I might as well use it. So let's get a daisy and put that on. I think we get these stamps and we forget we've got them, so it's really nice to get them out again and use them. Just popped on, says Jenny. Good to see you. Because I have got a slight ink mark there, so I'm going to hide it up with the daisy. There we go. So I could, if I wanted to, I guess, colour that yellow. So let's see, have I got a yellow that'll do? Yep. I've got Mango Melody Light. And as I stamped it in Memento, that's fine. I probably should have left it for a few minutes, well, just about a minute just to dry. But Memento is the ink pad to use with the blends, because the blends are alcohol based and the Memento is water based. So you want to make sure you use a water based ink with alcohol pens, and vice versa with our Stampin' Write markers. You really should use alcohol based ink pad like VersaFine, or what we used to do, the archival ink, or Stays On. So I'm just going to get a green to go with that, and I'll probably do, I think I might do a dark old olive and just colour that in, because that kind of goes well with the crushed curry, I think. Might be Bumblebee, I'm not sure. They're very, very similar, crushed curry and Bumblebee. So there we go. That was a simple use of the blends. So thank you, you're amazing. And then if I just take this, I'll show you how this slides on. So it just goes on like that. So it just says thank you, and then they open it up and it says you're amazing with a flower on it. So I guess you could, if you wanted to. That's stuck nicely there. So let's see, let's put it on again. It's a bit plain on the front. I probably will think about something else to jazz it up. Let me just get this on. There we go. And there you go. So perhaps it needs a bit of a flower on here just to make it pop a little bit, and perhaps some gems. But there you go. So that's how you make a slider card. They are very easy and great fun to make. So this one, haven't even stuck that piece in yet, but I will do. So this one is with the circle. You could use the labels punches if you wanted to. So really the sky's the limit. It's just a matter of thinking of what you want to use. So that one goes on like that. And then you've got this one, which is the square, which is probably the 3-inch square is probably the best one to start with. I think that's the easiest one to start with. So it's just a bit of a knack learning how to actually put it on. Probably best just to put it on like that. There we go. And there it goes. And there's your slider card. So I hope you enjoy making some of these. So thanks for watching today and have fun. Bye.